Hi everyone, I'm back for another update. You might notice I'm sitting in a different room today. I'm in my conservatory, just because I thought the lighting was a little bit better and my husband's asleep after a night shift, so I'm trying to get as far away from the bedroom as possible, so one, I don't wake him up, and two, he doesn't hear me and then I get interrupted on my video. So yeah, so change of location. The lighting might be slightly better in here as well. I'm not sure. The sun on my garden gets the sun in the afternoon, so it's currently 11 o'clock. So yeah, I think the later I leave it, the worse it'll be, because there'll be too much glare. So give it a go, see what it's like. Yep, I'm still in my pyjamas, my little mermaid pyjamas. Mermaid trousers. Yeah, because I just had a lazy Saturday morning. Yeah, stitching and just watching TV, having my breakfast. Haven't really got a lot to do today. Want to go see my parents in a little while, pop to the shops, but apart from that I'm just having a pretty relaxing weekend. I might go and see Black Panther at the cinema tomorrow with Jack, so yeah, it's a good weekend really. Went to so normally on a Saturday mornings I go to, it's called a stretch and relax class, but it was cancelled this morning, so hence why I'm having a lazy Saturday morning. But I did go to a yoga and meditation evening last night with my sister, run by the group that normally do the exercise classes that I go to. It was hard. Like, I've not done lots of yoga, just little bits on a Saturday morning, and that was tame compared to what I did last night. It was like laying over, doing things called back bends. Luckily the people that were there was a real mix of ability. There were some people really good at it and there were some people that were on my end of the scale, but my legs hurt today, like my calf muscles. I don't know if they should be, but if I sit still for too long and then I get up, it's painful. Yeah, so I'm not sure I'll be doing that again. I quite like the idea of yoga and meditation, but what I did last night was way too advanced for me, and yeah, it was a bit of a struggle. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been up to this past week. Finished decorating my living room and hallway and upstairs landing. Well, I've painted the walls. I still want to get photos up and other shelves we're going to put up and things like that. We went and picked a new carpet last week, and they've been round to measure, and we're having that done on March the 7th, so I can't wait for that. Our carpet is a state at the moment. It's got bits of filler, paint, just you name it. Because we knew we were going to get a new one, we kind of haven't really treated it very well, so we've kind of destroyed it a bit. But yeah, looking forward to getting a new one, and then we'll be mostly finished, apart from odd little bits and bobs. So yeah, can't wait for that. Anyway, so I'll stop waffling, and I'll start talking to you about stitching. So it's been about 3 weeks since I last uploaded a video. I normally use Instagram as a way of reminding myself what I have done since I last posted an update. So yeah, I think there's about 3 or 4 things I have worked on since then. So I'll start with a finish, and I literally finished this probably about 15 minutes ago. So this is the first building in the Country Cottage Needleworks Main Street series. So here it is. So it's being stitched on 32 count Belfast linen in vintage green, and I will be stitching all 10 of these on the same piece of fabric. So as you can see, it's rather large just for that one. So I've really enjoyed stitching this. I think I started it on the 1st of February. So I must have shown you a little bit of this in my last video. And I have finished it today, so it's taken me just over 3 weeks. yeah, just over 3 weeks. So, and I haven't stitched on this solidly either. I've done a couple of bits in between. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It kind of, the colours of the flowers kind of brought it to life a little bit, because before that it was just very blue. But bringing the flower pots to life and the little sign kind of made it, I think. So this is stitched all in Anchor, actually using a DMC white, because I've signed up to the Patchwork Rabbit auto ship service for this. So, and I asked them to send any hand dyed threads and white DMCs that I might, well, yeah, so just because I might run out of Anchor, so it was just easier just to tick the option for DMC white. So the only hand dyeds in this are the green leaves. They are stitched in, I think it's called clover or 4-leaf clover. Let's have a look. Yeah, 4-leaf clover. And the roof, although you can't really see much variegation in it, it's Weeks Dye Works Cocoa Bean. Oh yeah, and that's Weeks Dye Work 4-leaf clover. So in my head at the moment, I've got the idea that I want to stitch one of these on the first, or start one on the first of every other month. So with the Little House Needleworks and Country Cottage Needleworks Facebook group, they have an event where you start one in a series on the first of every month. So I could start one on the 1st of March next week, but if I do that, then I'll end up neglecting other whips that I want to work on. So I think at the moment I'm going to stick to my every other month. So I'll start the next one on the 1st of April. Then that way I would get February, April, June, August, October. I should get 6 done this year, and then that only leaves 4 for the year after. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Might change my mind, but I think that seems to work in my head at the moment. So yeah, the next one is where is it? The next one is Bookshop. And when I start this one, all I need to do to carry on is to do this bit, sort of reverse this bit, and then continue the leaf border. So it'll end up having 3 pairs of leaves facing that way, and then when I get to the middle, 3 pairs of leaves facing the other way. So yeah, and then the new house will pretty much, so this grey pavement continues, and then the next house will start, I think, 1 over from where I finished. So yeah, I thought it might be tricky to kind of work out how to join them all together, but there's instructions on the Country Cottage website and on the Patchwork Rabbit website as well, so can't really go wrong, she says. So that's that one. So I'm really pleased with that. Pleased with my choice of fabric for that one as well. Okay, so what next? Okay, so oh yeah, I have another finish as well. How can I forget 2 finishes since my last video? This was a start and a finish since my last video. Oh yeah, so you might have seen on various stitching Facebook groups and other people's floss tubes that Lizzie Kate is stopping designing charts as of the end of March, I think. So I like Lizzie Kate. I've got a couple of patterns in my stash. I've stitched one a few years ago, the to-do list, which I need to find somewhere. It is somewhere since I moved house, and I had it up on display in my flat, so I need to find it and get that out. So I went on a bit of a Lizzie Kate buying spree, as did many other people, I think. Although I think they're still going to be distributing patterns for a while, but yeah, so I went on a bit of a spree, as did some of my stitchy friends, so Bow Ribbon, Michelle Gunn, Crafty Creative Claire. Yeah, and this was a start and a finish, and I think I did it in about 4 days. So stitching forever, housework whenever. And I stitched this in the evenings of the week that we were mid painting, so it seemed quite apt at the time. So I had all the colours already in my stash, so I didn't need to wait for anything, and I used all anchor threads for this, and yeah, did it in about 4 or 5 days or so. I don't know if you can see this very well, the colour of the fabric, but it's called Oatmeal, and it's opalescent, and it's by Sparklies, and I bought this at the Stitching Retreat in October. So yeah, so this is, I really like the way that Lizzie Kate charts come in their little cardboard booklet type thing. So yeah, so that's that one. So I can't really see the opalescent on the video, but it is. I'm not sure what I'll do with it at the moment. I'll hang it up somewhere, might turn it into a little hanging rather than frame it, but I'll decide another time. So the other Lizzie Kate charts that I bought, I think I've got 2 to come as well, because I got them from so-and-so. 2 are to come because they weren't in stock. So I'll show them when I get them. So this is Do What Your Wife Said. So if at first you don't succeed, do what your wife said, of course. This is Cross Stitcher in Residence. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. I'm a bit of a seasonal stitcher, so I don't tend to stitch Christmas things when it's not near Christmas, but come October time, I'll probably start thinking about doing some Christmas stitching. Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. This seems to be a popular one. Well, I think they're all popular, but this is one I've seen quite a lot of people stitching. Just Married. I bought this, not that I've got immediate plans to use it, but I have stitched things for people's weddings before, and I thought if I had this in my stash, I could probably stitch this several times if over many years to come, if any of my friends or relatives or whoever gets married, and you could use it several times, and you could use any colours, and I just thought it would be a handy one to have. Santa Claus is coming to town. This is the 2011 Santa. And Be Who You Are. I really like that, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Something I have to tell myself quite a lot, and I've got better at this as I've got older. I think it comes with confidence as you get older, that, you know, do what you want to do, say what you want to say, because if anyone's that bothered, then they're not worth worrying about. So yeah, this really resonates with me, this one, and I've definitely got better at that as I've got older, but it's something I still need to remind myself of. Okay, so yeah, and I'll show you the other 2 when I get them. Let's hope I do get them. Okay, so that's that. What else? Oh, okay, so I had a little bit of a purchase, or rather my husband did. So Becca, so Floss Candy, who owns the Floss Candy store on Etsy, really lovely lady. She makes amazing cross stitch stuff. So she makes grime guards, needle minders, all sorts of stitching bits and bobs. What is that noise? Sorry, I can hear weird noises. It's not a Floss Tube video from me, so if I don't stop at some point wondering what a noise is. I don't know. So, and then she started making project bags. Now, I don't really have any project bags. What I normally use are a lot of these kind of wallets. I bought this from Asda, I think, for about £1. Just like zippy envelopes. So, but she put, I think I saw them on her Instagram story, that she'd made a few project bags, and I saw one of them and absolutely fell in love with the fabric. So I said to Jack, oh, I really like this bag. I wasn't hinting or anything like that, it was just me sort of browsing and just having a look. And he quickly said, oh, I'll buy you that for Valentine's Day if you like. So made his job easy for him. So he bought it for me, and this is what it is. So I love this, really, really love this fabric, and this is really lovely. Just stroke it. So, and she's made it so that it fits a 9x9 frame perfectly. Look at that, look, so a little green tassel matches the little hints of green in the fabric, and it is perfect. It's so lovely, and I want more. Nice handle on it. So I have put, because I met Becca at the retreat, I thought it would be perfect to put my Olivia Oakleaf design in here, because this is one I started with friends I met at the retreat. So, and I've only stitched a little bit on this, but yeah, I'll show you. So that fits in there perfectly. Now, I'm not sure if she's got any of those left, but I think she's making, in the process of making some, and they'll be up on her store. So her store is Floss Candy, and I think her Instagram name is something like Floss Fairy. I'm really sorry, I can't remember what Instagram name is. Floss, it might even be Floss Candy. That's really bad. I hope most of you that watch me probably follow her anyway, I would think. So, but yeah, if you find Floss Candy Etsy store, then I'm sure you'll be able to find her on Instagram and whatnot. So, and if you watch this, Becca, thank you very much. So yeah, this fits this perfectly, and all I have done on this so far, so yeah, it's still on the Q-snap, and I can't really be bothered to take it off. But if you watch my previous videos, you'll see that I haven't actually done much since. All I've done is finish off the text. So I think I'd left this bit out, because I had run out of Weeks Dye Works Dove, and this was posted to me a little while ago when it was back in stock. So I finished that off, and luckily there was no dye lot issues. Looks identical to the rest of the text. And I started doing the branches above here. And there's lots of different coloured leaves that need to come off of this. So yeah, that is all I've done since last time. It's being stitched on a fabric from Sew It All called Iced Coffee. So very, very, very pale, beigey, very good neutral colour. Yeah, so look at my sparkle in, a sparkly DMC here. Yeah, so this from Needle Keep Emporium. Perfect needle minder for this, I think. Yeah, so, and this is what the whole thing will look like. Oh, my threads are in a tangle. The whole thing will look like this. So all I have done so far is all the writing and just the branch at the top. Okay, so yeah, I don't think, if I dedicated quite a bit of time to this, or you know, I stuck to this whip for the next few weeks or so, I think I'd get this finished. But we shall see. I'll stitch it when it calls to me. Okay, so look, in it goes, in it goes. Perfect. Okay, so I think there's one more thing I've stitched on since I last filmed, and it is my Canada piece by Stitch Rovia. So this is where I'm up to. So there's not a lot different to this. I've done a little bit. So last time you saw this or the only thing I've stitched since the last time is this motif here. Now I'm sure there's probably a name for this type of check, and this, I did look up the name for this, something penny. I can't remember what it is, it's terrible. I'm sure if Pam Reed watches me, I don't think she does, but she'll be shouting at the screen right now. Because she's stitching 2 of these and is further ahead than I am. But yeah, so I stitched this, just this whole motif, the boot, the coin, and the sort of the check pattern, which I associate with lumberjacks. Don't know if that's right or not. And then I've just started the motif above it here. I don't actually know what this motif is going to be. I was just going with it and see what it looked like afterwards. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. Yeah, so quite a bit still to go on this. And this is being stitched on 18 count Ada. I think it was called Primrose, and I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's like mottled, very pale blue and green. So I didn't fancy doing it on white. So yeah, another Needle Keep Emporium needle minder. Again, perfect needle minder for this, I think. And yeah. So I think when I've finished this one, I'd like to get it professionally framed, because it will end up being in the shape of the Canadian maple leaf. And in the one that, like the front cover of this pattern, I can't show it, I can't show you a picture because I've only got the pattern for it. Like a zoomed out version so you can see the whole thing on one page. Has like a mount that's cut round to fit the shape of it. So I think I'd have to do, I've never got anything professionally framed before, so I think I'd have to go and investigate where to do it in my local area and if it can be done like that. So we shall see. That's something to think about in the future. So that is, I've not stitched on La Boutique since last time I filmed, and yeah, but I think that's pretty good going for 3 weeks. I think I've done quite a lot. So I've had 1 start and 2 finishes, so I think that's pretty good. So the only other purchase that I have made, or any kind of stitchy news, is that Aldi is fast becoming my new favourite shop. These pyjamas were actually from Aldi, just remind you of the greatness of the pyjama bottoms. See, my yoga's coming in handy. And so last Saturday, so went in there and had a little browse, just because it's local to where I go to my exercise classes. I sound like I go to exercise classes a lot. I don't. I'll go once a week, sometimes twice. But yeah, so. But yeah, so Aldi's right by where I go exercising. And I bought this. Now I'm going to have to, I don't know how I'm going to show you this properly, but here we go. So it is a bag on wheels. Look at that. So this, I looked at this and I thought, oh my God, this is perfect for going on stitchy retreats. And I've actually just got the whips I'm kind of going through at the moment sat in here just by the side of the sofa, and it's kind of keeps them all nice and tidy in one place. So it was £20. I did stand there for a while, I'm in and R in, and you know, checking all of it was all right and the zips worked, and it was, you know, it was all good. So yeah, I'm so pleased with this, and I can't wait to take it to Milton Keynes in April. So yeah, they've still got them. I went in there yesterday, they've still got some of them. But I think when I downloaded the Aldi app, so you can see kind of the offers and stuff that are coming up. It says sold out online, try in store, but my local one has got some. So if you wanted one, then it's always worth having a look and seeing if you can get one. But couldn't believe it. I've got a couple of stitching bags already, but nothing suitcase-like on wheels. So yeah, it's perfect. Okay, I think that is it. Looking around. Yeah, so I think that's enough waffle. Oh, who have I been watching on Floss Tube? So, I watched Gem Stitch a couple of days ago. She's got a really good video where she's showing lots of patterns she's bought from a European website. Can't remember what it's called, but I did have a look through this morning. I can't remember. I wanted to look at one of the designers of some of the charts she showed. I couldn't remember the name of them, so I need to go back, watch that bit of her video, then go back on this website and look, because there were hundreds, loads of designers I'd heard of before, and then lots of ones I hadn't, but some really pretty charts on there. So I watched that one. I watched Stitch M's post crew retreat video, which was really fun. Who else have I watched? I don't think I've watched many recently. Stitcheristas update I watched on Thursday. Anyway, I will stop waffling. So yeah, I hope everybody has a lovely weekend. The weather seems nice at the moment, so even though it's going to be bloody freezing, it's fairly warm in my conservatory at the moment, but as soon as the sun goes in, the temperature will plummet and I'll be back off into the house. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a nice weekend, and thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting my videos, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.